Hey, so this is Taylor with Major Outdoors, and I wanted to go over a rod review with you guys. And this isn't like a rod review I do a lot because I've thought about getting into it, but I don't. I don't have a lot of time either because I'm trying to do a lot of my tournament fishing and just getting ready for tournaments and stuff. But this is a rod that really surprised me, and I just wanted to like tell you what I really like about it and what I don't like about it. So the rod is the Shimano Adrena poison rod. It is a 6'10" medium, and it's a glass rod as well. How I understand, it's a medium, and it's a moderate to fast action tip. This rod is really meant for cranking. Right now, I got the Revo X on there, 6:1 gear ratio. That's what I like to crank square bills with. Right here, I just have a little Lucky Craft on here, and then I got 12-pound shooter line on here from FC Sniper. Actually, if you guys see me on Instagram or Facebook at Major Outdoors, you'll see that I was jamming out to a song on my radio while I was fishing a tournament because I was by myself, and I got a 5-pound 1-ounce bass on this rod. And what I really like about this rod is it's super light for a cranking rod, I think, because it's just, and the grip it's glass, but then they put this little like wrap on it right here, and this is pretty tacky. I also like to choke up on my rods, so I like to go with 3 fingers up, one back. So, and then you have the rod blank exposed right here, and then this thing clicks down, which is really nice as well. But if you can see, this rod starts to bend a lot, and you still can feel a lot, like when you're running into rocks and stuff, and then it just parabolic bends into the back of the backbone. This rod was super great. It threw small, normal size crankbaits right here. I threw some big wake crankbaits because when we were down on Chickamauga, it was, I think they were, looking for a lot of like, vibration in the water. I also threw some DT6s on this rod. I think you can get a good way with that. After DT6, I think it's a little too heavy. I think wiggleworts have too much action. I have a wigglewort rod that I might do a review on as well. But for this rod, for the price point, like $350, it's kind of expensive and more than what I would generally spend on a rod, I would say. Obviously, you can probably call a group, a local tackle shop. They might give you like 10 or 20% off, which would be nice. I know there's a lot of those that have been doing that lately, but right now it's really hard to get a rod like this, especially from Shimano, because Shimano, because of COVID, they're shipping and manufacturing and they're missing parts here and there. It's, I'm not trying to be mean to Shimano, but like, I get it. Everyone's a little bit slower than what they were. But for the action, I can cast the baits a mile farther than any square bill rod I've ever been able to cast. So I will say that. It handles the parabolic fish. I mean, the 5-pounder felt like 3. I literally told my buddies when I brought it in, I was like, yeah, I probably got a 3 or 4-pounder. So it felt smaller, and the rod just loaded up so well into the blank, and it just kept those head shakes down, which was really nice. And I like, for a 6'10" rod, it's got, it's like a split cork rod. Not really. It's not like a split grip. It just gets a little tapered in here and comes back out. But I found it very easy to like put both hands on the rod and then kind of whip it, which was nice. I do have some rods where I feel like they could have made the cork or the end longer, and this one felt like, it feels like a 7-foot rod, I would say, but it has the like castability of something sub 7. So when you are working around trees, lay down docks, I think it was a lot easier, but it's got that, it's probably got a 7-foot backside. So if you do need to bomb cast it, like let's say you're cranking riprap and you're just trying to crank as much as possible to get bites, I mean, that was really nice about this rod. Out of 10, I'll go over what I don't like about the rod. Number one thing I don't like about the rod is there's no hook keeper. I understand why companies are doing this. But really, why can't you just put one like right here? You already have it like tapered right here. There's some line. So I do this when I put it on my deck. I hook it up to my reel, which is fine. You get a little scuffed up to your reel. It's fine. Otherwise, what I've been doing is when I have to pack it in the rod box, I put rod sleeves on them. So I've been hooking it up to the eye and going like this. And then once I get this and I don't like doing this. I've seen people do it and it just cringes me out, and I hate doing this actually. So then I have it halfway up the rod at the first guide, which, I mean, it's not the most sensitive guide, so I guess you can be a little rude on it, but then I put a wrap on it and then I put a rod sleeve over it. I don't like doing this, but that's what I feel like I'm kind of alternative to. I mean, I could wrap it on here, but then it gets caught in rod socks. So it's like, okay, this is my option of not getting it caught in rod socks and shit. So that's one thing I would like them to add. Yes, I can go buy one for a couple bucks on Amazon, Bass Pro Shop, wherever you want to get one. I can go buy a rod keeper, which is might be what I'm doing. They could even put it down here. Like I've seen a couple company brands do it down past the handle. That might not be a bad idea. I have noticed that you can put it in the side like this. That's an alternative, but then I have a harder time getting the lure wrap around it because it's just so tight to the reel. But this is what I otherwise do. But yeah, so overall I would tell you, like, for 350 bucks, it's a higher end rod. I only got like $100 reel on here, so it's sub $500. I think for the sub $500 rod and reel combo, this is without any discounts or anything. I think this rod is worth a pretty penny. The rod, I have only good things to say about it. The only thing I don't like is there's no keeper. I think that this rod, if they made this in a 7-foot version, I would be super excited too, because I think 7 feet might be a great option too. I would love to try it out if they ever did. But the Shimano Poison Adrena 6'10" medium glass rod, out of 10 points, I'll give it an 8.2. I think this rod is worth the money, and I think I'm gonna have it in my rod box for a very long time. Super happy. And if you guys want to see that video, go check me out on Major Outdoors on Instagram or Facebook. Please like and subscribe. Thank you guys so much. I'll see you guys next time.